Welcome to Gunkel Tarot. My name is Brian Griffin, and I am going to give you an introduction to the Tarot of Sister Who today. The first disclaimer, I assisted Sister Who in taking their raw files and making production-ready files from them, and I manage the Tarot Sister Who pages at the Game Crafter, the print-on-demand American site that offers them. Den, Sister Who, is on the autism spectrum, and social media is a very, very deep challenge for them. So I manage their Facebook page and work with someone who does their Instagram profile, etc., just to make it a little easier and so they can focus on their ministry. Today is not going to be a complete walkthrough of the deck, but rather I will be introducing what I consider the two major differences between the Tarot of Sister Who and most divination decks, the Major Suit and what Sister Who has created as CCR or court card replacements. Sister Who does not consider this a divination deck. They describe it as personal reflection, increased self-awareness, and contemplative meditation. So it does not align perfectly with the RWS system, although there are very interesting parallels in some cases. So the deck is available from the Game Crafter as a jumbo deck, 78 card, 3.5 by 5.5 inch cards in this hard box, and a smaller assortment of the major arcana and the court card replacements in the standard tarot size 2 3/4 by 4 3/4 in the tuck box. So the deck comes with some introductory cards, and I'm not going to go through the whole deck. So there's the introductory cards, which are an introduction to each of the suits, a quick one-liner on the majors and then on the other suits, and then notes on spreads, 1, 3, 5, 7 cards, etc. The cards are, as I said, 3.5 by 5.5. Let's see what we can do with this lighting. Probably not much. It's a slightly glossy coat, and I have an overhead light. In the guidebook, Sister Who introduces the Major Suit this way. The Major Suit within this deck is composed of 22 archetypes of life's states or progressions. It is unlikely at best that these can be avoided while living as one life, but one can nonetheless respond to their specific yet endlessly fluctuating meanings in a wide variety of ways. Approaching with love and openness instead of fear and dogmatism brings an infinite spectrum of positive possibilities within reach. I like to say that they're a more physical world representation than the grand spiritual themes generally attributed to the major arcana. Let's see. So we're going to start with 0, birth. 1 is the prodigy. 2 is home. 3 is family. You will notice that all of these features are photographs of Sister Who with some props. And because of that, there are a lot fewer of the traditional symbols you might find tucked away in a piece of artwork. 7, the traveler. 8, the mountain. The Game Crafter has upped their game. Sorry about that. Their card stock is, I believe it's now up to 350, maybe 320 GSM. It is a black core. This has been UV coated, which does add a bit of shine, but also helps through the card, makes it a little easier to get fingerprints, etc. 13, passage. 14, merging. 15, time, and isn't time the devil. 16, language. 17, seasons. Remembering. Reunion. Facets. And interconnection. Then for each of the suits, as I said, there are cards numbered 1 to 10, and then there are the court card replacements. And let's see. The confessor is that voice that listens and cares without making demands, the one who bears with absolute confidentiality and trustworthiness the deepest joys, pains, and truths of the individual's heart and mind. The celebrant is that voice that leads actions of deep experience of life, binding spiritual significance to physical action. The angel is that voice which directs protecting love and willing involvement toward every spirit in need, sometimes to the individual and sometimes through the individual. The saint is that voice that lives in harmony with spiritual beings of both more and less evolved states. And the four suits are chalices, obviously the cups, and we also have candles, and there's some, perhaps my favorite in the artwork. And then the saint. All of these images are shot in and around Denver, Colorado, where Sister Who's ministry has been based for decades. And last we have the thuribles. So that's not last, we have one more. And the angel. And the saint. And then the last suit is the paraments. And you can, I will have to check the guidebook to see if they identify which mountain peak that is in the background. So again, the Tarot of Sister Who, less a divination deck and more of a meditation contemplation deck. Denver, Sister Who's alter ego, has just finished their doctorate in divinity studies. I'm not sure the exact title off the top of my head. And so it is very definitely a spiritual based non-denominational deck. So again, it's available at The Game Crafter. And if you search Sister Who on there, you will find either the jumbo deck, 3.5 by 5.5, complete deck, 78 cards, or the 38 card Major Arcana and CCRs in the standard tarot size. If you have any questions about it, please feel free to make a comment below, and I will answer to the best of my ability or confer with Sister Who if there's some specific thing that you have an interest in. Thank you.